Well, good Saturday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and the live coverage of the American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars, night number 2. Championship night number 2, as a matter of fact. We are down to the final 2 races of the season to determine who will pick up the title and be the next American Dirt Series Sprint Car Champion. Night 1 was pretty good. We saw some of the best racing action in the closing laps that we have seen in a good while here. If you were here, you know what I'm talking about, and if you weren't, shame on you. You may be asking yourself, hey, it's Saturday night. Why is DRN live? Well, I asked myself the same question right as I pressed the button to go live, and then I remembered. Dirt racing. Saturday night. That's like, just drinking water. It's natural. It's supposed to happen that way. We haven't done a Saturday night in quite a while. We're going to do back-to-backs. We got these guys here this week. Tonight and tomorrow night as well. Both shows the same. We just went live here. It's, about 10:30 Eastern. We'll do the same tomorrow night. And then next Friday and Saturday night, we'll have shows as well. For the Hillbilly High Banks General Tires Winter Nationals, 4 cars, 4 different shows in 2 nights. Should be a pretty exciting one. You got to go over to Tim Sims, powered by iRacing's Facebook page for the details if you want to figure out how to get registered and race in that deal. It's going to be street stocks and big block modifieds on night 1, and 305 sprint cars and pro late models on night number 2. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm not looking at the poster directly at the moment. Shout out to my man, Tim. Happy birthday, my friend. I know we said the same thing to you last night, but it's kind of Tim's birthday weekend up there in Lima, Ohio. So he's got a group of people around. Happy birthday to him, and hello to everybody out there in Ohio. These guys getting ready for qualifying. We saw Trevor Royer, Sean Smith. Man, I know I'm forgetting somebody. Johnny. Where is Johnny? Not here tonight? I don't think Johnny is here tonight. Those 3 cars were just battling. It was awesome to watch. Let's get out here. Let's see. This is Tyler Flynn in the 831. That car super sideways, center of 3. This will not be a smoking lap for him. Now, Schuring will go 13:41 to set the bar for everybody. Josh Whiteman immediately pushes that down. He goes 13:39. And then Spangler jumps up to 13:32. Let's go see what our buddy Trevor Royer has in that 90 machine. Coming around to put lap 1 in the books. Royer goes second quick. He's about a 10th off Richie Gaines, Tyler Wineland. Richie Gaines was second quick right there. I see, here comes Sean Smith now. Let's go watch 45 car. It's going to say 17 on the pylon, but it's 45 on the car. Let's see what he can do. Sir Fence-A-Lot back in the house. There's the double deuces. We hadn't seen him in forever, and now we're going to see him 2 nights in a row. Mason Hennigan, the little Hurricane, goes second quick. At a 13-3 and or 13-2 and 5. Nygaard 6th quick. Sean Smith, no time. I think he has done a couple of fence brushes. That or he sped coming out of pit road. There's Ashton Farr. Farr jumps up to 7th. Ryland Gray and Landon Crawley not taking time. We end up with 21 drivers in the server for night number 2. I mean, it is already heat race time, so let's drop down here. We'll get ready to show you the lineup for heat number 1. It's going to be the 814 of Brad Waite on the pole, and Ross Kaiser will be to his outside. Then Ashton Farr in the 51, row 2 inside, next to the 39 of Patrick Spangler. You'll see Gavin Chatham in the 99. He's got the 3rd row inside starting duty, and he'll have Stephen Metcalf in the 7 on his outside. And then Dean Reynolds, and I got to go see what is Dean Reynolds driving tonight. Last night it was a Swindell throwback. Man, I can't see. There's not enough light for me to see what is on that car. It looks purple. No messages from Dean. Well, there might be. You never know. Dean's sly enough. He sent me a message and I wouldn't even see it, so. Everybody's going to the show, though. All right, pace truck quickly out of the way. That means we're going green over here in turn number 4. First of 3 heat races.
Green flag.
Kind of a wonky stop, but we're under the green flag. Wait. Didn't do that at all. He jumped right on it. He is going to be out front, going to get run down coming out of 2 by Jamie or Ashton Farr. Lap 1 in the books. Wait, and then Kaiser now making a move in the 4 car around the 51 of Farr. These two are going to go at it down here in 3 and 4 side by side. They almost touch. Right rear to left rear. They're going to be wheel to wheel getting around here. Second and third, highly challenged. Farr grabs it. Kaiser up to third. Stephen Metcalf moves the 70 into the 4th spot. And then Dean Reynolds from the back of the field up to 5th. Spangler and Chatham giving chase. And Patrick Spangler out of the black and yellow and into the black and white. Last night he ran that black, orange, and yellow car, and tonight it is just straight up black and white. Either going to be good or he ain't, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's what that means. Battle for the lead. Contact. Waite got just a little out of shape right there, and Farr got into the back of him. Everybody's going to keep him facing forward. But that is going to open the door for Ross Kaiser. Momentum was broken, and now Kaiser's going to use the high side. He'll parlay it straight up to the point. And we got a new leader coming to the 3 to go mark. Farr now up to second. Metcalf trying to go to third. Reynolds tried to go high, and they made it 3 wide, and Reynolds ended up on the short end of that stick, but he's still going to come away with 4th. I think something is wrong with the 814 car. He is way off the pace after that contact. Maybe broken suspension, and he is just trying to nurse it home because he's fallen all the way to 6th. But the white flag flying over the speedway, and Ross Kaiser 0.6 of a second out in front. Looks like heat 1. Going to go to the 4 car. He'll go to the A main. Farr and Metcalf, 2nd and 3rd. Reynolds, Chatham, Waite, and Spangler. It's the finishing order in heat number 1. Guys, we had lively chat last night. Love to see the same. Makes the show a whole lot more fun to do if you guys are active in the chat. Let's get ready to look at the lineup for the 2nd of 3 heat races and the 24 of Josh Whiteman. We'll have the pole for this one. He'll have the 11 of Richie Gaines on his outside. Sir Fence-A-Lot and triumphant return. We got to see him put it in the fence in turn 4 with just a handful of laps to go last night. Picking up right where I knew he left off when he gave this up well over a year ago. But that is Jason Nygaard in the double deuce, row 2 to the inside. Alex Jasinski in the 19. He'll be on the outside of that same row. And we'll move to row 3 for the 45 of Bradley Cox inside. Taylor Wineland in the 25 on the outside. And on the back, and I don't know if he's going to make it a rollout or not. He may not make this, but the 6 car of Ryland Gray. Looks like Gray will miss the start, so we'll have 6 of our 7 intended. Hello, Anne-Marie. Thank you very much for being in the chat. Alex Jasinski. It's going to say 19 on the pylon. It's the blue 23 with the yellow numbers.
Green flag.
The green flag coming out. 45 off the back rail. Cox, I thought he was going to go 3 wide immediately. He's going to struggle down on the bottom of 1 and 2, and he'll stay back in 6. Car flipping down the backstretch. Wineland's going to go all the way to the infield. We may stay green off this, and it looks like we will do just that. Whiteman, Gay, Strzezinski, Nygaard, Cox, and then Wineland is out. Gray didn't make the start, so we're down to 5. Slider from Strzezinski couldn't make it stick. Gaines fought that off pretty easily. Looks like they're going to go back at it here in 1 and 2 this time by. We're down to 7, make it 6.5. Whiteman 7/10 of a second. Kind of got her on cruise control. Strzezinski. Short slider coming. Yeah, it is. It's a quick slider this time. He'll have the outside, but to no avail. Gaines goes right back by him. Oh! How do you do right there? Strzezinski slammed the door on Gaines. He'll limp that car to the infield, will the 11. So we'll go back here and watch the battle for 3rd and 4th because Bradley Cox worked the high side and drove it right by Jason Nygaard. Replay of which wreck? Oh, on the backstretch back there? We might be able to get to that. We're coming around. It's going to be 2 to go. This one is going to be pretty easy. For Josh Whiteman, it looks like he is 1.5 seconds basically ahead of Alex Strzezinski. Cox is reeling Strzezinski in, but we're on the white flag lap, and I just don't know if there's enough time for him to get there and try to do anything. Whiteman will win it. Strzezinski looks like he's going to hang on for 2nd. Cox and Nygaard 3 and 4. Gaines was 5. Wineland 6th. Ryland Gray credited with 7th. Let's go before we shift up. Let's try to go back. Let's go see if we can see what happened here. Oh, he's not going to let us. It didn't give me enough time to go catch that replay. I'll try to go back to it in a minute, but I don't think it'll let me. So we'll get ready to look at the lineup for the final heat race of the evening. And it'll be the 1 of Mason Hannigan next to the 90 of Trevor Royer. Boy, you talk about a dangerous front row. That's a couple of quickies right there. And then Aiden Beerline inside of row number 2 next to Sean Smith. The 22 tonight for Hannigan. He's been driving the 1 car, but I think he does that in the 410 series. So it'll be the 22 and the 90, then the 10 and the 17. Shearing in the 7, and Flynn in the 831 in row number 3, and Landon Crawley, the 88. Not making the call for this one. 13 on the side of Beerline's car, and I expected it to be, but it says 10 on that pylon. Most of the time, that's what I go with. All right, pace truck's out of the way. We got 10 more heat race laps, and then we're going to get ready. I think we're getting ready to go straight to feature. They'll have a warm-up session and then go to the feature. Green flag in the air. Underway for the final heat race. Hannigan right to the point. Royer right to the top, and he'll grab 2nd. Smith is 3rd. Then Beerline, Shearing, and Crawley. Single file through the top 4. You don't get to side by side until 5th and 6th place. And I think that may be settled now. Shearing gets up there. Flynn falls in behind. Landon Crawley didn't make the call. Well, they're wrecking on the front stretch. Oh, boy. Let's see what we can see out of the front cars right here. Looks like Hannigan caught the fence and everybody behind him just missed the reaction time. Ran up on him so quick they couldn't really do anything. And I think several of these cars are heavily, heavily damaged. Hannigan, Flynn, and Beerline already in the infield. Why are we going away? I don't understand what's going on here. So I think we're down to 3 on track. Royer, Schuring, and Smith. Possibly Mason Hannigan rolled back out just a second ago. He's trying to roll out. I'm not sure if that car is... Yeah, he's on the racetrack. All right, we got to do this. So Hannigan will rejoin in 4th, but Flynn and Beerline both out. They're in the infield. Doesn't look like they're going to return. We still have 7 to go, and we take the green. Only 4 cars: Royer, Schuring, Smith, and Hannigan.
Green, green, green.
Trevor Royer, last night's A-Main winner. On the throttle. Out in front of this one. He will pretty much stay locked in on the top side. Battle will be behind these front 2. And I thought for a second Hannigan was going to look to make the cut down move and go to the inside of Sean Smith. Maybe the 22 down on power just a little bit. I do know that 17 or 45 car is blinking quite a bit. Royer still out front. Slider from Smith. He has second at the line, but it might be short-lived. Slider coming right back at him in turns 1 and 2. This time Smith cleared by quite a bit, and now Schuring going to be under fire from the 22 of Hannigan. Hannigan going to try to go 2 for 1. Will he get 1 or will he get none out of it? Looks like he's going to get at least 1. Move himself to 3rd with 2 to go. Now he's going to go Slider again in 1 and 2. White flag coming out. Royer gone. Smith covered the middle. Hanny's going to be in desperation mode down here in 3 and 4, and it ain't going to work. It's going to be Royer to the checkered flag first. Smith, Hannigan, Schuring, and then Flynn and Beerline Crawley in 7th with a DNS in the final heat race. So it looks like a B-main for B-main's sake. It'll be Metcalf and Cox on the front row. Hannigan and Reynolds in row 2. Nygaard and Schuring in row 3. Chatham and Gaines, row 4. Beerline and Waite scheduled for row 5. Wineland and Flynn in row 6. And I believe that only leaves Spangler and Gray, and then Crawley to jump on the back. And we are missing quite a few of these guys already. So we'll be down to 11 cars. Everybody should be transferring through. I think if we were having a B main, we're only doing 1 elimination anyway, and with 2 or 3 of these guys not making the call, everybody in here is just racing for their final starting position in that 30-lap A main, which will be coming up just shortly. So we filled a couple of spots in now. We're only missing Rylan Gray and Landon Crawley, 14th and 15th scheduled position starters. 13 plus 6 makes us 19. Top 2 from each heat automatically transferred. All right, should go green this time with Metcalf and Cox off the front row. Pace picking up just a little through 3 and 4.
Green flag.
Now we're full throttle. Green flag in the air. B-main. We did not have a B-main last night. We will this evening, and we'll see how this shakes out. Cox is going to go for the slider right away in 3 and 4. Oh, that car got really tight right there. Took him all the way to the fence. He's not going to lose just one. He'll give up 2 spots because Hannigan went by as well. Dean Reynolds is tucked in right behind that 45 car. The whole group pretty tight. Car up on the fence. No caution. Jason Nygaard. Sir Fence-A-Lot. I don't have to wonder what happened there. Whoa, big problems coming out of 2. Cars everywhere. Now we get a caution. Yeah, we are going to get ready because Metcalf is going to go to the front. When he comes out of 2, that car gets a little out of shape. And Hannigan tried to avoid him to the inside, pushed him into the fence. You can see he snapped that front axle. And Metcalf's car was just cruising along. Richie Gaines gets a piece of this. Bradley Cox. Looks like Wineland. Nygaard was out already. Beerline, another incident. He is just not having a good time tonight. And that'll change things at the front. It'll put Hannigan, Reynolds, Schuring, Chatham, and Flynn up there. Then Gaines and Spangler, Waite, and Beerline. And that'll be when Aiden gets out of the pits. So 3 cars still down there in that work area. We're still going to have about 8 laps to go here. Everybody transferring through, but the closer you can start to the front, which I don't know if that really matters because we saw Trevor Royer last night. He started about mid-pack, and he still ended up winning. He started about 7th or 8th, and he drove his way to the front. All right, doubled up. Ready for green flag action once again. Hannigan and Reynolds this time trying to get us going, and Hannigan, perfect start. Schuring right behind him, timed it up really well. He's going to move himself to 2nd. Least coming out of 2. Will he still be there when we get out of 3 and 4? Reynolds goes for the slider. And keep Dean Reynolds dead even. Around the high side. Now Reynolds to 2nd. Another challenge. Here comes the 99 to Chatham. And he thought better of it and rolled out of it. Didn't try to make that cut down and go for the slider. So keep Schuring 3rd. Chatham 4th. And Spangler down on the bottom throwing a slider. Right across in front of Tyler Flynn. Richie Gaines was right beside him. Gaines will come out of 4 and pole alongside Spangler. Side by side, they almost made contact, but good driving by both guys. Keeping it clean right there. This is the battle for 5th because Gaines is after Spangler. Meanwhile, Hannigan starting to ease away. He's almost out a full second over Dean Reynolds. Reynolds has about 6/10 on Michael Schuring. Chatham behind that, and we were watching Spangler, who's starting to ease his way away from Gaines. But Gaines has come because Bradley Cox is now right alongside. Contact between those two coming out of 2. It'll slow them both down. That'll bring Beerline and Waite back into the mix. White flag as Hannigan already down the backstretch. And Mason Hannigan will win the B main. Reynolds second. Schuring, Chatham, Spangler, Cox in sixth. Gaines and Beerline, Waite, Flynn. The 10 cars still on the track will transfer also. Metcalf, Wineland, and Nygaard into tonight's A main. Well, we're going to have a little bit of a warm-up session here. Get a couple of cars out there. They'll start running around making laps. Ross Kaiser, Roger Wagner in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Going good. Haven't seen your name in a race on iRacing in a hot minute. So we wanted to try to take a moment to catch up with you and then find out what you think is the plan for this evening here for this 30-lap A main.
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to swear. But yeah, it's been a while. I've been off the sim for most of the year. Decided 2025 make a little bit of a return, and yeah, the game's changed a lot. I'm definitely out of the loop on a lot of things, but luckily we were able to have some luck in that heat race and get this thing rolling. And luckily this feature should hopefully come out okay, as long as the racing's clean.
Well, what's the track look like out there? Last night we had a couple of good lanes of racing until we got right down to the last 8 or 10 laps. And then the bottom line kind of started to fade a little, and the guys started to get into a big slider battle.
Yeah, the track's definitely it's looking interesting. The development of the track's definitely a little strange. The bottom's pretty worn out. The top, it hasn't come in too much yet. I'm hoping the top lane will start rolling in, but by the looks of it, it's going to be right around the middle for the first bit of the race, but hopefully it widens out soon.
All right, man. Well, the guys set the bar pretty high last night in the last 8, 9, 10 laps of that feature, so we're hoping we get to see that much action tonight here as you guys put another 30 laps in the books. Good luck out there. Thanks for chatting with us, my friend.
Thank you.
That is our Ross Kaiser, driver of the 4 car. I know he was on the track. There he is, rolling out there right now after chatting with us. He's got a couple of minutes. He'll get out there and figure out what adjustments he needs so that he can try to put that 4 in victory lane. Nygaard is the quickest. Royer second fastest. Sean Smith just now bringing the 45 out for a couple of hot laps. Hello, Cody. I want to remind everybody we'll be back tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, for the third and final night of championship weekend here for the American Dirt Series. And then we will start our regular programming over again on Monday night. Dirt Slingers Racing League, Monday Night Thunder, their first show, 8 Eastern. Jess and Jim Steakhouse Big Block Modified Series. And they'll follow that up this week at 9:30 Eastern with the Midwest Barbecue and Equipment 360 wing sprint cars. Tuesday night, Epic Racing Association and their late model pavement stock car. No show scheduled for Wednesday, unfortunately. Thursday is still up in the air and kind of a toss-up, toss-around kind of deal. We don't know if it'll be Netcode Esports or if Racers Elite will be back with NASCAR next-gen Cup car racing. We had a lot of fun with them at Atlanta this past week. Then Friday night, we start the first of 2 nights, 4 shows. Tim Sims, Hillbilly High Banks, General Tires Winter Nationals. That is Friday and Saturday, I believe, 8 Eastern for the first show, and the second show will be shortly thereafter on both of those nights. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an insight as to what you'll be seeing if you like, share, and follow on the Facebook page, or go over to YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo and hit the subscribe button so you'll know every time we go live. But it is feature time. Night number 2. All right, here. And this is how we're going to line them up. We talked to him in between sessions, and Ross Kaiser in the 4 will have the pole. He'll have the 24 of Josh Whiteman to his outside. Last night's winner, the 90 of Trevor Royer. Way better starting position tonight. He will start inside of row number 2 next to Ashton Farr in the 51. Then the 23 of Alex Jasinski next to the 45 of Sean Smith in row number 3. The 22 of Mason Hannigan and the 79 of Dean Reynolds will come out of the B main, and they will start in row number 4. The 07 of Michael Schuring and Gavin Chatham in the 99 make up row 5. Row 6 is the 39 of Patrick Spangler inside and Bradley Cox in the 45 on the outside of that row. Richie Gaines, the 11. And the 13 of Aiden Beerline in row number 7. Row 8 is the 814 of Brad Wade inside. Tyler Flynn in the 831 on the outside of that particular row. You'll move into row number 9. And Stephen Metcalf in the 7. Dalen Weiland in the 25 will be your drivers in that row. And then on the back row, the 22 of Jason Nygaard inside. And Rylan Gray, supposed to start on the outside of the row, is not in the server, did not make the call, and will only end up with 19 cars. It got super exciting last night at about lap number 22. There was 4 or 5 cars at the front. 3 or 4 of them were throwing sliders, cut down lines, moving all over the racetrack. We had park sliders. We had tight sliders. We had a driver that tried to fit a 4-foot wide car into a 3-foot wide hole, and he made it work, and he eventually went on to pick up the victory. If we get anything like that tonight, this should be a hell of a show. But we are about to go green here. Kaiser, Whiteman on the front row, and the green flag's in the air. Night number 2, the American Dirt Series 360 Sprint Cars. That's the season finale, a 3-night show. We're right in the middle of it. They're under the green flag. We're into 3 and 4 already, and look who's out front. He wasted no time. Trevor Royer picking up where he left off last night. He'll go to the point. Shazinski cut the course. Oh, my goodness. I can't even follow that car right now. He cut through the grass. I think he got out of shape, got off the left rear of somebody's car, cut through the grass. And now he is all the way to the back, 19th of 19 cars. We're going to the front because 3rd, 4th, and 5th starting to get after one another pretty heavy. Farr, Schuring, and that's Whiteman right there. Whiteman started outside the front row. He's back to 5th. They're 3 wide for a moment. And now they're 3 wide coming out of 4. Spangler with a good run out of the bottom of the corner, moves himself all the way to 4th. It is a hornet's nest from 4th on back. Now from 3rd on back because Schuring reeled Farr in, and he had him for a moment. Now Michael Schuring will slide into that 4th spot. Spangler is up to 3rd. Farr has 4th. Here comes Mason Hannigan. A caution for the first time. The 45 of Sean Smith. He and I think Gavin Chatham are going to have a little contact here. Chatham is up front. Yeah, Chatham got turned around, then it's just mayhem. That happened with Chatham's car. The 99. Oh, got up the hill. I think he got into Whiteman just a little bit, and that is what started all of the crashing. Doesn't look like anybody's off the track. All the flipped cars stayed on, or they went into pit road and everything looks to be okay, and they're headed back out. Maybe Straczynski just rolled out a second ago. Nope, he's trying to get in his pit stall so that they can look at the car. All right, so it's Royer, Kaiser, Spangler, Farr, Schuring in the top 5. Hannigan, Whiteman, Reynolds, Gaines, Beerliner, the top 10 right now. We made about 5-6 laps there. Trevor Royer wasted no time at all putting that 90 car out front. I doubt very highly if we see him run anywhere but right up against the fence for the next 24 laps. Down the hill and into turn 4, and the green flag back in the air. Royer back to the point. Kaiser second. Spangler side by side with Farr, and Spangler will get the better of that, getting into 3 and 4. Patrick Spangler going to keep third. Fourth place. The 07, Michael Schuring. He's hanging on. Here comes Mason Hannigan. Moved inside on Whiteman and then lost momentum and couldn't complete the pass. Contact a little further back. They're all going to sort it out until they go 4 wide, and then the car that backed out, I believe that might have been Chatham. No, it's not. It's going to be the 13. Yeah, it's going to be Aiden Beerline. Made a good choice and paid the price. Backs off right there. Bad spot to do it. Car coming from behind. He didn't know he was there. And then he just gets clobbered. Aiden didn't race last night. He helped his teammates out. And tonight he gets out here, gets in the car, and he did not have any luck whatsoever. Every time he went on the racetrack, he broke something. Mostly his mom's heart. Well, we'll take his left driver glove. We'll take it right down there to that second implement tire in turns 3 and 4. And we'll do the same thing we had to do last night. We will dig a little hole, put that thing in the ground, and hopefully knock the bad luck off. I do believe the 99, the driver of the 99, that is who we did it for last night. I believe it was Gavin Chatham's glove we put away last night down there. It's a superstition thing. Oh, Anne Marie. Well, you made that public knowledge, not me, and there's nothing I can do to take it back now. Ouch. Anne Marie says she talked him into racing tonight. Yeah, we'll see how much he listens to you now. All right, green flag back in the air, 20 laps remaining. Royer still out front. Kaiser still second. Spangler hanging on to third pretty well. Schuring and Whiteman 4 and 5. Then it starts to get dicey behind that. Ashton Farr alongside Dean Reynolds. In behind that's going to be Gaines and Metcalf side by side. And it's a little bit of a gap on the way back to Sean Smith and Jason Nygaard. 51-79. Super close right there.
All right, man. Caution.
We're going to have a caution, the double deuce. The red double deuce. Mason Hannigan. Oh, you know what? Stop doing that. That's just dumb. Right here with the 831 and the 25, and yep. Same matter, can't occupy the same space at the same time. Seems like we say that quite a bit. Nobody really did anything, but something happened. Yeah, Mom, I don't think he's going to take your advice anymore. That's what I think. I don't know. So we kind of had a little bit of yellow fever last night. I think we had 5 cautions before we had a big long green run. And it was right about here where we started to get that green run. And then they caught a caution with about 8 to go. And that's when everything got super exciting. All right, the lights are off on the pace truck. I believe he will duck into the infield right here. That means we'll be waiting for Trevor Royer to get us started once again. Out of 4, Royer back on the throttle. He'll get a pretty good lead, about 5 car lengths going into 1 and 2. We're going to watch behind that. Whiteman, Farr, everybody, Dean Reynolds, Metcalf. Richie Gaines will pull up alongside, go to the high side on Sean Smith. They'll stay side by side. So no advantage out of the top for the 11, no advantage through the middle for the 45. Royer and Kaiser yarding the field. Half a straightaway out in front. We're inside 15 to go. We just crossed under halfway. Michael Schuring got around Patrick Spangler. He moves to 3rd. Here comes Josh Whiteman trying to do the same, move himself to 4th. Right in the very center. Looks like it's where everybody's momentum is going to be the best at the moment. Whiteman trying to make use of it. Reynolds just trying to figure out which one of them's going to make the pass. That's the lane he wants to dive into before he gets attacked from behind by Ashton Farr. I don't know why I keep saying Jamie Farr. Just showing my age. That's all I'm doing. This a good battle. Now Spangler's getting ahead of steam. Oh, he and Schuring get together. That opens the door for Whiteman. And Josh Whiteman will take 3rd, at least for the time being. Dean Reynolds. A little bit of momentum on the top, just not enough to get alongside of Sean Smith and keep the door closed on Ashton Farr at the moment. Contact. Smith and Whiteman make contact. They'll keep them facing forward. They're going to give up plenty of positions. It's going to put Schuring back to 3rd. We're going to be at 8 to go. Reynolds still 4th. Farr is 5th. Whiteman gains Spangler back to 8. Smith and Metcalf 9 and 10. But Trevor Royer now starting to get away from Ross Kaiser. He has opened it up to over a second, make it 1.2 seconds. Kaiser comfortably in 2nd. He is 3 seconds clear of Michael Schuring. Dean Reynolds moving into 4th, late charge from the 79. Wave lap that time by for Trevor Royer. Contact between Farr and Reynolds. Reynolds bumped the fence, lost his momentum. Farr gets by. Schuring has still got the podium down. And he's clear by about 0.4 of a second. He is right about 3.2 seconds behind Kaiser in second. Richie Gaines throws a late slider. Tried to get in the top 5. Royer's in lap traffic. He's coming to 2 to go. Kaiser about a full straightaway behind him. Trevor Royer will go back to back if he can keep it straight for one more lap. He'll win the first 2 nights of championship weekend. And Royer's going to do it. He'll go back to back. Leads it all the way. Trevor Royer picks up the win. Kaiser was second. Schuring will hang on for that third and final podium spot. Farr and Smith 4 and 5. Gaines was 6th, Reynolds 7th, 8th was Whiteman, Spangler in 9th, Metcalf 10th, Flynn 11th, Nygaard 12th, Chatham 13th, Beerline 14th, Cox 15th, 16th was Waite, Wineland in 17th, Hannigan in 18th, and then Straczynski and Gray rounding out the field. All right, let's find our driver. There we go. They're already moving themselves to the channel. You know, that irritates me more than anything in the world. Michael Schuring, get a copy.
I do got a copy.
All right, man, hard-fought podium here tonight. A little different result than you had last night in night number 1.
Yeah, we figured out what we did wrong last time. That bottom was really strong, and track was looking like it was going to set up the same way tonight. I knew it was either going to be bottom or middle. Yeah, I had a good run with Ashton there. Luckily, that bottom just stayed there the entire time.
Yeah, you had challenges from a couple of different drivers, and there the last couple of laps, Ashton did get right up to you, but you were able to fend him off. You said it looked like the track kind of set up the same as last night. Did it race the same?
Yeah, it was pretty similar. We did change a couple of things. But yeah, it just slicked off pretty quick there, and we were just fighting for any grip we could find in the middle. It felt pretty much the same, just a little bit of a different feel to it, especially on the bottom there.
Well, an awesome run tonight. Maybe just starting to pick up a little momentum, and maybe tomorrow night an even better result than tonight's.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. We'll make the changes we need to the setups. That way we can be even faster. Just that way we can catch up to Trevor and Ross that were fighting up at the front.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Definitely got to thank RTB. They give us great sets, especially for tonight. I want to be able to catch up like I was without them. Slideways Karting Center, that's where I always go to have a good racing time. And Metcalf Cinematography, they do great pictures, great work, and they're always right up with you for anything you might need.
All right, my man, congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you improve on this tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
That was Michael Schuring. He finishes in 3rd place, and now we had the chance to talk to him during the warm-up session, and he starts up front. He keeps it there all night long, but he comes home 2nd, and Mr. Kaiser, it looked like a really good, promising run until that last about 8 or 10 laps, and maybe your car started to fade a little?
Yeah, we had a great restart. Was able to throw a slide on them for the lead, and then my lack of consistency there ended up biting me. I was with them all race, and then yeah, I just threw it away in the end there, and Trevor ran a great race and was able to pull away.
Well, it looked like you had to stay on the top side, and a lot of other guys were kind of moving around trying to find grip. Was that just the best line, or is that where you like to run here?
Yeah, my car was just my car was set up really loose, a lot looser than I expected. So I ended up just having to pull the wing back, and I just ran the line I know the best around that place. So I just stuck it against the wall as best I could. But in the end, it was definitely getting pretty challenging.
Well, we didn't see you last night. You come in here second tonight. Will we see you tomorrow night and see if you can make the adjustments that you need to improve and pick up that one more position?
Yeah, I'll definitely be trying to show up again tomorrow night, see if I could get one step further on the podium, see if I could get a good win back under my resume. It's been a while.
All right, man. Well, some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you head out.
At the moment, I actually do not have anything, but do have some stuff in the works for next season that I'm hoping all comes to plan. But yeah, as of right now, just my team.
There you go. All right, my man. Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you for the broadcast.
That is Ross Kaiser. He finished the second, and now he went back-to-back. Kind of stranglehold in the weekend here, and he did it the same way tonight that he did it last night. He just didn't have all the company, but he kept it up around the outside. Trevor Royer, that one was a lot easier than last night's race.
Yeah, honestly, early on, I was checking my relative. I really couldn't get away from Ross, so I thought early on that it was going to be a battle between him and I down to the end. I think he threw a slider on me one time, and I changed my lineup a little bit in 3 than what I ran last night. I was running that line early, like cheating the entry, and then I was like, maybe railing the top on entry is the move tonight, because 1 was hooked up on entry, and then it kind of slicked off at 2, and I had to lift to get off at 2. Then I could rail it into 3, and I had to kind of lift to get off of 4. So yeah, it was a different racetrack tonight for sure. The bottom was not an option tonight at all, not even early on. So yeah, same outcome. I qualified a little better tonight, put myself in a better position to not have to pass as many cars in the feature, and able to get the job done.
Yeah, and it looks like you're going to have the opportunity to sweep the weekend tomorrow night, because I do assume we'll see the 90 car back.
I will be back, yes, sir.
All right, my man. Well, 2 in a row. Starting to close this thing out in style. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go start getting ready to see if you can three-peat it.
Yeah, as always, want to thank you for putting this broadcast on. I know there could be a million other things you could be doing over the weekend than doing some commentary on an iRacing race. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all the time and effort you put into iRacing in general. My team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, Drew Neal 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Cody for putting this league on. As I said last night, this league's been around forever. I love coming back and running this league. Andy as well for the admin work he does when Cody's not around. I know they're kind of a team that makes ADS run, so just want to thank them and everybody watching. Looking forward to tomorrow night.
All right, man. Don't forget to shout out old Timmy on his birthday too. He's all over those Black Diamond Motorsports cars and several others. So
yes,
he's
sir.
got a big party
Tim's
going
birthday.
on.
Yeah, I wish I lived closer. I definitely would have been there. I probably would have been racing there if I lived closer, honestly. But yeah, happy birthday to Tim. I don't think it was today. I think it was a day or 2 ago. But
I think it was
happy birthday
Thursday,
to-
actually.
Thursday? Yeah.
I think so.
Happy birthday to Tim Nichols. He's done a lot for the iRacing community as well with the simulators at Chili Bowl and Eldora and Knoxville and
All over.
yeah, wasn't able to really do it last year due to some personal reasons. So hopefully he can get out on the road a little bit this year, and you guys will see him at the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he had a whole lot of physical stuff going on, but he's getting up there, man.
What was that?
I said he had a whole lot of physical stuff going on, but he's getting up there in years too. I mean, old dog getting long in the tooth.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's been a couple years. It's been a couple years since I've seen him in person, but when I did see him at Eldora a couple years ago, he was still moving around good. I think if he's able to, he'll be out there doing the simulators, especially at Eldora. I don't know about traveling down to Chili Bowl and Knoxville and stuff, but I know Eldora is not too far of a drive for him. So if he's able, I'm pretty sure he'll be there with the simulators and stop in, say hi, run a race. It's cool to have that at the racetrack when you're there. Some of those intermissions are kind of
Long.
lengthy, especially when they're doing track work. So having that there is pretty cool. Kill some time while you wait.
All right, my man. Well, congrats again, and I'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night and see if you can pull off the three-peat.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Roger. I will be trying.
That is Trevor Royer. He goes back-to-back. One on Friday. He wins on Saturday. We'll see what he can do on Sunday. And, Tim, you know we love you, buddy. We give you a hard time because of that. If we didn't care, we would ignore everything. So I didn't see you in the chat, so I'm definitely going to give you a hard time there, my friend. That is going to do it for us here on night number 2. Be sure you tune back in tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, for the final night of the season. We'll find out who the champion should be, and if it comes down 2 points on that last race, we'll have race control make sure that they inform us so we can talk to your series champion. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we witnessed once again this evening, there is nothing for us to show you. So pats on the back and high fives to everybody that is involved all the way around. Until we see you guys again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing